My amazing friends, Mr. Jonathan Budd here again, and today we're going to cover an incredibly important frame that I think a lot of times we're missing when we're starting out as entrepreneurs, and it's devastating. It's devastating, and this is one of the lack of this frame. Okay, we're going to be reframing situations here in just 1 second. But the lack of this frame, and what I mean by frame is this view, this way that we actually see the world, this way that we understand the world, the lens that we're actually looking through, right? When we look out and see and understand and view the world. The lack of this particular understanding and frame that I'm about to give you is really what stops so many people dead in their tracks from ever actually experiencing success and breaking through their greatest challenges and difficulties and obstacles, etc. Really mostly because, not of any inherent flaw in how powerful we are as human beings, because we're all unbelievably powerful, but it's because of the way they see the world. It's because of this frame. It's because of the lens that they're viewing everything through. And this is so unbelievably important to get, my friends, because we've got to understand that the world is literally what we think it is, in a way, okay? It's literally what we think it is. Reality is what we perceive it to be. Reality is moldable, in a way. Reality is not this fixed thing that controls you, that defines you, that somehow you can only fit through these tiny little holes, right, and everything else is unchangeable, I'm powerless to do anything. That's not reality. Reality is completely moldable. Reality is really how you perceive it to be. And this is something that we've been told by the most successful and, greatest thinkers of all time. They're the people who are the ones who see reality completely different than everyone else. They literally look out and what they see is complete possibility. What they see is, invention, and what they see is magic, and what they see is power, and what they see is opportunity, and what they see is different than what we see a lot of the time. And so this one particular frame that I want to teach you today, because there's so many things, okay? I can only teach you one thing today, but the reality is that there's really a tremendous amount of frames that we have for how we see the world, right? We see the world through this little box in all of these varying situations. And how we see the world, those frames literally determine how we act in the world, how we show up in the world, and all of the results that we create in the world. You get that, right? The action flows from our view. So if our view is not aligned to create action, if our view isn't aligned to create stuff outside of the box, then we never create anything out of this little box. And all over here is where the magic is. Over here is where the magic is, and we don't even see it because our view is like this. So really, what a warrior does, what a successful person truly does, is they just crumble the box. They just cease to really believe almost anything anymore. And they view the world in an entirely different way. They view the world from complete openness. This just crumbles. And now anything's possible. I don't even know what I don't know. I don't trust any of what I thought I know. Now I show up and I just show up. Now I just show up and I just see the world as infinite potential and infinite possibility, and I literally don't know anything else. Because a lot of times it's what we think we know that actually creates the box, right? You get that, right? So we hang on to what we know. We clutch on to what we know because what we know makes us feel comfortable. We can be certain and we can be assured that, oh no, I can't do that, right? Oh no, he can't do that. Oh no, this is the way it is. We can be certain and assured with that, and it gives us our puny little identities. Newsflash, those are puny little identities. The people that are the most certain and the most sure and are really the ones who have the smallest view of the world. They're the ones who they're just arrogant in a way, and it's arrogant for us to think that our view of the world is ever the way the world is, because I promise you it's not. And this is one of the key things. Even what I'm telling you right now is totally not true. This view that I'm giving you right now is not true. I'll let you know that right from the start, right? My view of the world, nope, it's not true. No view of the world is ever going to be true, okay? So, I feel called to share that, and then I'll get to the frame in a second, but it's such an important distinction, and such an important way to perceive the world, that when we all of a sudden can perceive the world from this place of, holy crap, my view of the world is never going to be true, so why don't I create a view that leaves the most possibility? Why don't I create a view that makes possible anything? And that's what a true warrior does. A warrior chooses their views, they choose their frames for the world based on which frames and which views are going to create the most possibilities. So there's no secret about this. I'll share with you my view and frame of the world. It's literally my only one. Here it is. The world is infinite possibility. I am infinite possibility. You are infinite possibility. Everything is infinite possibility. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. I don't even believe that, but if I were to believe anything, that's what I believe the most. I don't believe anything else. I literally don't have any other frame of the world or view of the world that's even close to relevant. It's simply infinite possibility. So now, guess what? Because my entire view of the world, my entire view of myself, and my entire view of you is that you are infinite possibility, I am infinite possibility, and the world is infinite possibility. How do you think I act in the world? I act pretty infinite possibility, right? I don't really have too much fear with going after stuff and taking action and whatever the heck it is, because it's all just infinite possibility. So play with that a little bit, my friends. Really play with it. Look at, oh my goodness, I have all these stories, all these views of the world. What would it look like if I just dropped them all in one shot? What if everything I believed, everything I thought to be true, every way I viewed the world simply wasn't true? Simply was gone. I simply just let go of it. And now all that's left is this. Wow. All that's left is this. And the truth is that the world doesn't need a view of itself. Once you let go of the view, once you let go of the story you're telling yourself about the world, what you'll find out is that the world is actually unfathomably better than any story or view you will ever have of it. It's so true, but it's awesome. It is unfathomably better. You will never be able to tell yourself a story or a belief or think a belief or thought about this world or about anything in it that is even remotely close to as beautiful and crazy as the world actually is. It is unfathomably better than we can imagine. And, you don't get that until you let go of everything you think you know. So that's step one. It's funny. Step two is... I'm sorry, I'm just having a good time. Step two is this frame that I wanted to share with you to begin with. It's the frame that I wanted to talk to you about. And what that is, my friends, is that a lot of times in our lives, we approach obstacles, we approach challenges, we approach hurdles, and instantly we have a story about them that, oh, I can't deal with this, right? No, this doesn't work. No, this is unworkable. No, I can't make that work. I can't get that much time off work. I can't be gone for this much time. I don't have that much money. No, I don't know this person. I don't know this. We hit these obstacles, these challenges, and instantly we launch into a view of the world or a story of the world that is essentially, I can't do it. When it all comes down to it, it's essentially, it's not possible. I can't do it, right? Here's the truth. The way the universe actually works to turn us into the people that we need to become in order to accomplish things that are currently outside of our scope of ability is by presenting us challenges and obstacles that we don't think are possible to achieve, and we need to go inside of ourselves. We have to go inside And we have to literally find a resourcefulness that didn't exist before to accomplish and achieve what is now in front of us. That is the process that the universe, that the world puts every single one of us through to become the people we need to become to accomplish what we previously have not accomplished. Question: have you made $50,000 in a month? Have you made $100,000 in a month? Have you made $1 million in a month? Have you made $10 million in a month? Have you made $100 million in a month? Well, guess what? If you haven't done any one of those things, right? And likely all of us haven't done some of those things. Some people might have who are watching this, who knows? And for them, there's a bigger one. If we haven't done any one of those things, then guess what? You don't know how to do it. So in order to do it, you can't rely on what you know. But that's the problem. We're always trying to rely on what we know. Well, I don't know how to go take care of that, so it can't be done. Bullshit! We have to let go of what we know. You can't rely on what you know. You literally have to go inside yourself and you have to create this frame right here. The frame is, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know it needs to be done. And so, I'm going to do it anyway. That's the frame. And what happens then is we've got to go inside and we've literally got to find the resourcefulness, because human beings are unbelievably inventive creatures. When we create the possibility for ourselves that we can do something without knowing how to do it, we become incredibly inventive, incredibly resourceful, incredibly resilient, incredibly creative. That's the space that all of the creativity, everything is birthed from, that allows us to do these amazing things in the world, magical things in the world, things that we previously thought were impossible. Comes from and is birthed from, this need to be inventive and solve problems that we don't know how to solve. And so that's the way we have to sort of be in the world, right? The way that we've got to view ourselves is like that. We've got to see ourselves as, you know what? I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I know I can do it. And when we live from that place, that's when all of a sudden, holy crap, somebody shows up and they give us a few $1,000s, or we get a loan from a friend, or somebody shows up and says, yeah, I can watch your kids, or all of a sudden, the boss says, well, I didn't want to do this, but we can work it out, and yeah, you'll get this time, and instead you'll make up for it over here. All of a sudden, the world begins to mold around our action, our conviction, our belief, our moving forward in the direction of creating what was previously impossible to us. The world begins to mold around it. Everything starts to actually adjust to your action that you're taking to create what was previously impossible for you. And that's the way it works. And so everybody's looking for the answers, everybody's looking for the sure thing, for the certainty, for the knowledge that absolutely will guarantee they get from point A from point B. And the problem is that knowledge doesn't exist. It's not in existence. It's an illusion that you have and I have and everyone has about how to get from point A to point B. The truth is we don't know how to get from point A to point B a lot of the times. But that doesn't matter at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. That's the whole point, is that since we don't know how to get from point A to point B, we have to figure it out, and it's in this process of going there that all of the qualities get created within us, the resourcefulness, the inventiveness, the courage, the strength, the wisdom, the knowledge. Everything actually gets created as we go from point A to point B anyway. Problem is, most people never take that first step because they're too damn scared, they're too damn stoppable, and they're not willing to really go into the uncomfortable place of not knowing, of just not knowing how it's going to happen. And the people who are willing to go into not knowing, who take the leap of faith, who have courage, who see themselves as infinite possibility, And they actually back that view up with action. They actually step into that. They step into that world. They step into their challenges. They step into their obstacles. They step into their problems. They step into the impossibilities. When they step into it, that's when the whole damn world begins to work around you and it to make your goal, your business, your dream, your vision, your solution happen. To make it happen. It happens when you step into it without knowing how it's going to happen. This is a very important quality, my friends, that we've got to learn to ingrain within ourselves more. This is the way we have to see the world. This is the place we need to live from if we're going to create what was previously impossible to us. If we're going to create what previously we've never created. And it's as simple as meaning, you know, if you've never gone to $10,000 a month and you're at $5,000 a month, well, guess what? You need to step into something that you don't know to go from 5,000 to 10,000, from 10 to 50, from 50 to 100, from 100 to a million, from a million to 10 million, and so on. So, you know, that's just a way to look at it from a money perspective, but really, you know, it's not even about that. It's completely about us creating the qualities, right? And these qualities show up in all of our life's challenges. All of our life's challenges. Sorry about that, my friends. Our battery died real quick, but the last thing I want to say in closing is that our challenges, our obstacles, our impossibilities are really an invitation to be who we need to become to create anything that we want to create in life. Okay? One more time. Our challenges, our obstacles, our impossibilities are an invitation from the universe to be who we need to become to create anything that we want to create in life. Take that in. Take it in deep. Let that become the new frame, the new lens that you see the world, that you see all of your challenges, impossibilities, and obstacles. And I promise you, it will change and adapt everything about how you live in the world and the action you take and the results that you produce. And that's just the way it works. So, making this video out of love, as always. And I'll be back to share more whenever I'm back to share more. Talk to you guys in a bit.